student, Master Teacher 1 from the English Department. Ms. Lylwynn Master Teacher 1 from Science Department. Students, a pleasant morning.
Good morning, Ma'am Lylwynn and teachers.
Okay, so today we will have our class debate, and the topic is all about zero waste management. Is zero waste management effective in handling solid wastes in school? To start with the debate, may I call on Cassandra A. Kasama to act as the student chair.
Good morning, everyone. What a wonderful day it is. We are here in the Regional Science High School Chem Lab with class debate, and the topic is zero waste management effective in handling solid waste.
May I now call on our panel judges, Mrs. Marcelita Nadallo, RSHS-OIC, Mrs. Maria Patrick, our supervisor, and Mrs. Miranda H. Quinten, the English coordinator. I will now introduce the teams. Here we have the affirmative side. The first is Fatima Samira Asiri, Naomi Gulifardo, and Alain Christian Katis. And on the opposition team, we have Narisha Juan, Michelle Sohor, and Paul Azar. The criteria are respect for other team, information, rebuttal, use of facts or statistics, organization, and understanding of topic. 5 points being the highest and 1 point being the lowest. That's all. And may I call on the first speaker from the affirmative team.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The affirmative side believes that zero waste management and implemented good in our school is an effective way of handling solid waste in our campus for the following reasons. But allow me first to define the following. Solid waste is the term used to distinguish non-biodegradable materials that come from households, factories, and etc. They can be solid, liquids, semi-solid, and gas materials. Now, zero waste management prohibits students of regional sciences to put their travels within the school premises. And since students are tired and hungry in the afternoon, they buy food from the stores outside. And since this rule was implemented, bringing plastic from the outside is prohibited. Now, because of these prohibitions, solid waste in our campus has lessened. We see that this is effective. Our campus itself is the evidence. And according to the SSG advisor, this is effective since the implementation, improvements have been seen everywhere. Okay, so we believe, Madam Chair, that with this kind of rule implemented, we will effectively control the amount of solid waste in our school, resulting from a cleaner and greener environment in the campus. Thank you.
Are you sure it was lessened? According to 30 students, 27 of them said that it is not effective and they still throw garbages everywhere.
So are you saying that these students are not following the rule? Yes, they're not following the rule. So according to our SSG president advisor who looks around the school and surveys around the school looking at the grounds, she said that after the implementation of the rule, the campus grounds are cleaner than before.
And according to Shane Halil, the president of SSG for senior high, she said that she wants to implement the solid waste management instead of the zero waste management.
Okay, so some students do not want this rule, but then there are some of those who see that this one is effective. So I believe that with those who see this is effective, we still have them as the hope that this. Okay, so some students do not think, Madam Chair, that this one is effective, but there are still those students who think and believe that this is effective. So with those students, they can still influence other students to follow the rules. And also, this is a newly implemented rule. It hasn't been a rule since before. So we do not expect 100% positive response from the students. But then I am sure, and I guarantee you that in the future, we will really see the effect. of this group.
The first speaker of the opposition team will say her statement.
Good morning. Good morning to all of your speakers. Good morning to my fellow classmates, and good morning to the panel of judges. So as we conducted the survey yesterday, we asked officers of each classroom if zero waste management was an effective practice in their class. Out of 14 sections, 13 said no. According to the utility management, Manang law stated that she can see students throwing their garbages everywhere. And also to the canteen management, they said that it's not effective, then pointing to the tables in the canteen filled with plastic cups and other solid waste. So the point here is, if you cannot manage the solid waste in your classroom, then how about the whole campus? If you cannot manage it with a small group of people, then how about when you're talking large number of students?
So first of all, I'd like to say that this is a newly implemented rule stated by the first speaker, and it is already answered. He only asked the presidents, and these are only the 13 out of how many students we have here in the campus. So these are there are still people who still follow this, and as you can see, the campus is clean, and it is evident that it is still being followed.
Did you hear what I said? It is we asked 14 sections, and 13 of those said no. The sections, not the students.
So but you can see that the law was implemented and it is effective because our campus is getting cleaner than it was before. So, and we are saying that this implementing zero waste management is effective and it should be still followed. And those opinions won't matter if it's still implemented and being followed by the students.
The first speaker, the second speaker of the affirmative team will say her statement.
Good day to each and everyone, ladies and gentlemen. As we all know, the school is a place where the young develop, spending most of the time in their school at all. The affirmative side strongly believe in the ideology of the zero waste management because it promotes an environment that is nutritious and beneficial to each and everyone at the end of the day. First, the sense of responsibility. Implementing zero waste management promotes the sense of responsibility among the students as they are entitled and responsible for their own tasks. The students want to keep their own tasks at the end of the day and they bring them home. Second, it promotes the students having environmentalistic mindset. Zero waste management promotes a surrounding for students with people having environmentalistic mindset. Third, efficient learning grounds. One thing zero waste management has affected our classroom and our campus, it reduced the number of stray cats and dogs entering the campus. With clean grounds, we are also promoting students to have healthy being and healthy mind, and this is affecting and efficient for learning.
So, what's the basis of your saying?
Which
About your observations, right? What's your basis?
yes, observations and what my companion said about that Mapatagsil observed about the campus being cleaner than it was before.
Observations and your opinions. So do you think that it is enough to prove that zero waste management is really effective in handling the solid waste management?
Of course, this is a newly implemented law, and we can't expect 100%, but it is a start, and it is a point wherein we could start reducing the number of waste.
We are talking about the future. That we are talking about how effective. So let's base it on the past and the result of the zero waste management now.
Then it is starting, so now we can see that it is starting, the campus grounds is starting to be clean. And that is a start and a point that we can see that the future is having the same and having better results than now.
The second speaker of the opposition team will say her statement.
Good morning to each and everyone. So, by definition, zero waste is a philosophy and a design principle for 21st century. It maximizes recycling and minimizes waste. From the word zero, so all kinds of waste should be eliminated. And that's not really, should I say, applicable, because we cannot stop students from having their trash. That's why the assignment required that each student should bring their own plastic bags. But the question is, where are the plastic bags? And 4 out of 5 students said that instead of the trashes will be eliminated, what happened is that the amount of trashes have been increased. Even Kuya Martin and the other rodent of the assignment and SFG said that it's not effective, zero waste is not effective. So, what do you think causes a lot of trash in the room? It's the human factors. Being not disciplined, forgetful, irresponsible, or simply because they are too lazy and negligent.
Question is, so do all the SSD students have the same observation?
Yes. Yes. I asked all of them and they stated that it's not effective.
How can their observation be valid?
Because they experienced that and they are the one who encountered this and they observed this.
But according to our guidance counselor, which is the SSG who is in charge to the SSG, says that there is a decrease in waste in the school and trashes.
What's your point?
The third speaker of the affirmative side will say his statement.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The affirmative side strongly believes that zero waste management reduces the amount of solid waste produced by each student on the campus. The decrease in the amount of solid waste affects the concentration of pollution, so it helps to minimize it. Pollution is dangerous. It kills, produces more and more sickness, clouds rain, poisons the air, and etc. The zero waste management does not only reduces pollution, but it also helps the student develop, help them train to be an environmentalist, change their mindset, so that they can become a great contributor in our beautiful environment. Students and teachers should become responsible for their waste to help solve the problem locally. The zero waste management will not eradicate completely, but we will minimize.
Are you sure that the number of trash has increased by this year? Because according to Ate Iman Pandana, she said that the amount of garbage has increased this year.
Yes, because
What is your reason?
let's say you throw a trash. When you throw trash, do you observe the amount? No, we do not observe. We do not observe the amount. So when we keep the trash, we are keeping track on the amount of trash we have.
When you look inside a classroom, don't you? Isn't it the first thing you observe is the number of trashes?
Yes.
And this actually results to the effectivity of zero waste management. And basically, the students are lazy. As you can see, there is still trashes scattering all around the campus.
Yes, but just like what my colleague said, that it is still new. The students need to
Indeed, the law is still
Now, including statement.
Zero waste management does not only reduce the pollution, but it also helps students develop. Yes, help them train the environmentalists. Change their mindset so that they can become a main contributor in our people's environment. Student and teachers should become responsible for their waste to help solve the problem locally. Zero waste management will not eradicate completely, but it will minimize.
Third speaker of the opposition team will say her statement.
Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the third speaker from the opposition team, and I will be tackling about self-discipline. One factor of not having this effective zero-waste management system is because of the students not having self-discipline. Self-discipline starts with an individual, and these students were told to bring plastics every day, but we don't actually see it. Students have been throwing trashes everywhere, since trash is indeed inevitable and unstoppable. Since this step has been implemented already, the students now are being wise enough to hide these trashes inside the lockers, someone else's bags, on the windows, or even displaying it on the floor. Littering all over the campus, even though it's prohibited, just shows how responsible the students are regarding their own trashes. In this case, we, the negative side, believe that the zero-waste management system is not effective here in our school.
Okay, these speakers, we talked about self-discipline. Yes, and we said that students are not disciplined enough to carry out their duties. Yes, so this is the point. We're talking about the ideology here. We're not talking about how they're handling. We still believe that in the near future, this few students who are disciplined enough and responsible enough to bring those trashes home can influence the others. And we believe that the sacrifice of one can benefit all.
You have mentioned right that there might be hope, but then not all students have the same mindset. Not all students are willing
Of course,
to
but
help.
they can influence.
Please. Not all students have the same mindset. Not all students are willing to help. But if they were willing to help the school, then it would have been there would be results.
So do you think that because they are not following this, we are going to stop discipline then? We are going to lose hope?
No, but we are talking about
That's exactly what you're thinking.
no, but we are talking about the results from the past few months. Are you jumping?
SSG advisor.
Ladies and gentlemen, and gentlemen, welcome for the last time of today's opposition. It is now my pleasure to summarize this debate. Take a look at what both sides have said and see what the outcome of the debate actually is. As students, we are to have the school attain this kind of system since they implemented it. But then if students do not strictly follow this kind of system, we, the negative side, do not believe that it is effective, and if the students will continue being like this. According to our first speaker, she mentioned the comments of the utility personnel, the canteen staff, and other high-rank officers. The school involves the students, teachers, and staff. Their opinions and comments, our experiences are also important. We have observed these too. Also, for our second speaker, she mentioned about the human factors like being negligent to bring just plastics or even throw around and hide the trashes everywhere. everywhere. And for all these reasons, I beg you to oppose.
Thank you, debaters. As the judges are finalizing the results, may I call on Ma'am Lylwynn Lozano.
Thank you, debaters. Now it's time for me to ask some questions about the debate. So what is your stand based on the reasons, evidences that each of the team discussed? What's your stand? Are you in favor of on the affirmative side or negative side? Yes, green? Please come forward.
I think the affirmative side has the point since zero waste is effective. It's just that the students doesn't have the self-discipline as a regionalan. They should know how to keep their trashes and help others minimize the garbages around the campus.
Okay, thank you, Ray. Anyone else? Nina?
Good afternoon, everyone. I believe that the positive has a point because I also noticed that the campus has become cleaner ever since the zero waste management has been implemented. And also, I noticed actually in the negative side that there are some flaws in their statements because
Like what?
like when they interviewed, like when Michelle said that she interviewed all the SSG, and she said that everyone thinks that they don't like zero waste. She forgot some. Yes. And also in her statement, she said all kinds of waste, but we're talking about solid waste here, not all kinds of waste.
Okay, thank you, Nina. Anyone else? Yes, Robbie.
I more agree with the statement of Ale earlier. Zero waste management cannot be eradicated, but cannot be eradicated completely, but can be minimized. So by that statement, I can really say to you that we are not perfectionists. We are all humans, or we are all just a person. So I agree with Ale because minimize can already help us to minimize the waste. So by that word or by that statement of the I agree with it.
So it's like you're saying that you can start from something, and then from there we can, so that it will eventually become successful. Okay, one more. Mood.
Good day, everyone. I think the positive side.
Oh, also the affirmative. Why?
Based on their interview, their given facts about zero waste management, I think it's when you're going to weigh Mampataxil versus the SSG officer, I think Mampataxil would be much credible because she's the SSG advisor, and I've also observed that the campus these days have been clean, and the only trash that I can see from the campus right now are dry leaves falling from the trees.
So you're saying that there's still possible, there's still chance for the zero waste management to become more successful. Okay? Thank you, Nick. So, may I call again Cassandra to
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Let's give 5 claps for those who are in the debating team. Okay, so it's not easy to be a member of the debating team because you really have to give your best. Whether you are for or against the proposition that was given to you by your teacher. I'd like to congratulate also for the proposition this morning because this is very timely because we still encounter problems. Okay, but one thing, dear students, eye-to-eye contact is very important in a debate. While you are carrying notes, you just read from your notes. Once in a while, just glance at it once in a while, and you really have to try your best to memorize what you would like to convey to the audience so that it will be more forceful and more realistic. So, for the best speaker, we have from the affirmative, speaker number 2. And our best debater is from the negative side, and that is speaker number 3. Okay, congratulations. Well done. You did very well.
So, in behalf of the Mendel class, I'd like to thank Mrs. Medallo, Mrs. Inte, and Mrs. Atis for attending our class today. Thank you for sharing your time with us and also thank you for everything. So we really appreciate it.